quick passing game. Um, in our quick passing game, we really wanted to build this thing out in a way that says, like, we're less worried about scheme and we really just want to have answers to be able to attack leverage. So instead of building out quick game plays where where we may be able to cross field read it and have a lot of options and have a scheme where, I've got guys working, a bunch of different windows. What we really wanted to say was, hey, our quick game calls are really going to be for just apparent leverage issues that we can see at the line of scrimmage right in front of us, and just go take an easy throw to go beat it. So, the thought process was, hey, if we're going to be getting a lot of soft coverage, well, in that game, we want to go throw hitches at it. Okay, if they're going to give us hitches, let's throw hitches. If we're going to get a lot of heavy, guys trying to stay close to the box, a lot of inside out stuff, and we know that we can complete out routes, then we want to go carry out routes. If they're going to press us, we want to be able to run by them. If we're going to be getting hard outside leverage, we want to be able to run slants. We wanted the quick game to be more about matching leverage instead of trying to go out there and necessarily go beat scheme at the end of the day. We want our quick game to be easy throws for the quarterback, easy for him to know where to go with the ball. Easy person to person wins for us is what we wanted to be able to get done with it. So we know it needed to be simple, and we needed to just have answers to go attack different types of leverage. And so we built our quick game off of just a handful of routes, and that was we needed to be able to run, we needed to be able to go complete hitch routes versus soft coverage. We need to be able to go throw a slant versus any type of outside leverage or any way that we can go win inside. We need to be able to throw outs. All right, so when teams place inside out, we have an answer to get open outside of them, and we need to have an option route where our guys are allowed to adjust and be able to get open at 5 yards, whether that's breaking in, breaking out, okay, sitting in place, something that says, hey, we're going to let you make some quick decisions, and the quarterback's going to take the ball to you no matter where you go. Okay, so those four routes right there. Now, there's also a fade component that fits in with that, but we don't really go out there and call a lot of fades. We may adjust to fade routes, but we're going to run fades when it's time to run a fade. If they're up in our face, if we're getting heavy press and it's time to go convert and run by, then we'll go run fades. But we don't typically go out there and just call a fade. If they're not already lined up, how do I know that we want to be in a fade call? If they're going to be all sitting off at 7 yards depth over top of us out on the perimeter, fade calls may not be that great of a deal. We might rather be running hitches in that set. So we knew that the four calls we needed to be able to go out there and line up at the line of scrimmage with was hitches, slants, outs, options, and then we can always check fade off of those things. And one other part of it, and this is really big, the timing of our quick game is crucial to our success. So some of these routes have to be based on yardage. We run hitches at 6 yards, okay? But our slants and our outs, anything where we're breaking in or out, that had to be based off of steps. And so, we have different versions we have some 4-step outs and some 3-step outs, and we have some 4-step slants and some 2-step slants. So, we have different versions on them, but we knew that if we're going to go beat leverage, the timing has to be perfect. And so we invest more into step routes than we do yard routes at the end of the day, because yard routes, the timing can change. Step routes, that timing is going to be consistent no matter who the receiver is running that route. And so we like step routes a whole lot better because timing is such a big important part of it. Here's us running hitches. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of soft coverage in this situation. All right, we're just pushing to 6 to go get open. Push, sit, get the ball out to the edge, and take what they give us. I mean, is simple and easy we know we're getting soft coverage, and so we're going to go complete some hitches. We know that we're going to get hit, shortly after the catch, so we're teaching those guys, hey, catch, get the ball going upfield. Don't try to make a big play, run back inside. Never dip back down or lose any yardage after the catch trying to make a big play happen. We want to guarantee that we're going to go gain at least 6 off of the hitch. Okay, even versus man coverage. Typically, hitches versus man coverage. If you're trying to beat the coverage, hitches is not the call versus man coverage. But we're not paying attention to the coverage. We're just paying attention to the leverage. What are we getting? How much room are they going to give us? This was a 3rd and 3 situation. We knew that we could go get 3 yards and go get the ball to the slot. Okay, all right. Safety's playing man, but he's giving us the cushion we need to be able to go complete it. All right, make that catch and get tackled right there. So again, we're looking for leverage more than we're looking for any coverage beaters at the end of the day when it comes to our quick game. Because these are going to be simple answers for the quarterback. I don't want him beating coverage. I just want him throwing on time and beating leverage. We knew that when we were gonna send motion out to the flat versus this team, we were going to get soft. Over the top where they were going to give us underneath windows. So here we are matching that and just taking what's there right now on the hitch. Again, it's all about understanding where what the leverage is going to be, where we're going to have windows at, and let's be able to pop it in there versus zone. All right, same situation here. We're going to get those soft windows. We're going to be able to widen them out, sit in the hole, take the hitch. All right, easy wins for us right there. All right, similar situation right here. Okay. Get them to get back to an adjusted set right here where they're checking out. We went from 3x1 to 2x2. Now we can send that back. All right, force those guys to widen again and give us a window to be able to throw hitches up in there. Okay, slants, now we're getting either outside leverage or we're getting some type of man coverage on an island where I've got one-on-one and I know that I can just go win and get inside. Okay, so here we are. We're in a 3x1. We're isolating our single receiver. This is at a point in the game where we knew that we were going to get a lot of zero coverage, but they were going to have enough people in the box that they were going to make it really tough for us to be able to go out there and run the ball. And so we knew that we were going to have to throw it. We needed to rely on our quick game because we didn't want to throw a bunch of high-risk stuff. We wanted to throw easy, on-time completions where we can just catch it, get hit and try to work through it right here. So we're isolating our X receiver up top, putting him into a one-on-one, letting him go run slant. That way we can just be on time with the throw and then catch, and whatever he can get after the catch works out great for us. Okay, all right, but we need to be able to go beat zero coverage at this late part in the game right here. Okay, slants again. We knew that we were going to get guys pushing out wide with our motions out to the flat. So again, we just wanted to replace that with slants. Now, versus other opponents, we knew that we were going to get the trade-off. Okay, where they were going to bump everything out and play soft, and we were going to get those up front holes in the coverage. In this picture right here, we knew that they weren't going to do the trade-off. They were going to push out through it, so we were going to use that motion and run slants with it. Okay. And again, the quarterback doesn't really have a lot that he's got to think about. He doesn't have, he's not going through a progression read. He's not reading 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. I mean, he just knows right now, hey, we're calling slants because we're going to get that outside leverage. I just need to be on time with my throw. And it allows him to be a lot more efficient. He doesn't have to do, a million miles of thinking to get to a completion. He can rely more on, hey, I need to get this snap. I need to get my feet set. I need to get the ball out on time. And I need to use good technique just like we're asking everybody else to do in the game. All right, same situation. Now we're going to 3x1 with it, okay? We knew we were going to get the same scenario. We're going to get guys pushing out, okay? We're getting guys pushing out, and we knew that we were going to be able to run slants back in behind it. So the quarterback is just trying to be on time. He sees them pushing width right there, and we can throw the slant right off of it and just catch it and get down. There we go with the motion, widen. There's the window for the slant. All right. Same thing here. We're trying to beat man coverage. Okay. Out of 2x2, we wanted to be able to keep our slants away from the box, okay? Because we knew with zero coverage, these guys might blitz, they may not blitz. They may sit and hold and play robber to this. So instead of being in a 2x2 where we're bringing all the slants inside, we wanted to take the slots, bubble them, and pull these defenders out with them. Now we can throw the slant that's out here on the hash and away from anybody being able to rob it. And there it is. All right, a little bit of a low throw right here. All right, but out there in space on 2nd and 7, all right, we're going to get a 10-yard gain. It's a big advantage for us versus that zero coverage. Quarterback gets to focus on just being on time. He knows pre-snap where he's going to go with this ball. And so his big focus is be on time, have my feet set in the ground, go make a throw that he can catch. Okay, outs. Now we're going to start seeing some inside leverage, okay? Right here, we're going to run outs with everybody. We're setting it up for the single receiver, so we're going to go. We're going to go on a 4-step right here. Okay, and we're doing this because we're getting into a 3-by-1. We knew that they were going to have an adjustment where they were going to push safeties over to leave people in the box, but they're going to have to play that corner on an island over here. And one of the best ways to do that, whenever you get that corner on an island, a lot of times you're going to get that inside leverage. They don't want to give away the inside low post, okay, but they want to stay deep enough where they can stay in position to be able to play on a high ball right here. So a lot of times your window is to throw the out, and so we just wanted to be on time with it and keep the ball outside. Now, we need to have better ball location on this one. All right, this ball needs to stay outside, but you can see where the window is. You know, as long as we keep this ball on time and outside, this is a completion and a guaranteed plus 6 to 7 right here on this catch. Okay, we got to keep the ball outside though. We don't want the ball in here where they can make a play on it. We want the ball out here where we can make that catch where nobody else can. Just taking advantage of the inside leverage. The quarterback knew in this game right here exactly where we were going to go with the ball. Okay, he sees number 8. The safety's pushed over. We got isolation one-on-one. Our outside receiver in their corner. The corner's giving inside leverage. That's a no-brainer right there. We're going to take the easy out. Okay, same situation here. Now we're going to work outs with our slots. Okay, and we wanted to work because this was a heavy cover 2 team. We knew that we were going to get that inside wall technique, and we were going to be able to run outs off of it. Now, if the corner's squat, we've got the outside release by the outside guys. We can throw the whole shot. Okay, but we're number one. We're just looking to run outs versus inside leverage on this. All right, and again, we're 4-stepping it, okay, so that we can be on time. We're making this catch. We're making that catch at 6, okay? Now, if we can catch this thing and get upfield with it, we've got a chance to turn 6 into 8. All right, if you can go plus 8 off a quick game, then you're being really effective right here. All right, similar situation. Inside leverage, we're going to run the outs with the slots. Okay, again, we want to keep everything on time, so we're working steps, we're not working yards, and we're speed rolling into it. Okay, we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, speed rolling, cutting, okay, and we're catching this, and we're going plus 7 on quick game. All right, plus 7. It's 3rd and 3. We're going to go plus 7. If it was 2nd and 9, we go plus 7. Now we just created 3rd and 2 off of an easy throw, and the quarterback's not having to go through a bunch of progression. He's not trying to have to figure out coverage. He's just looking to see where do I got inside leverage at, and where can I go make an easy throw and play catch with my buddy. And that's what we wanted to create for him. Inside leverage, throw it on time, put the ball where it needs to be, and we'll take the easy one in quick game. Same situation. Now we go to the field side with it, okay? We're going fast in this situation, all right? Tempo helps a lot with the quick game too, because when you're going fast, those leverages are going to be a lot more true and consistent at the end of the day, because that defense is just trying to get lined up. They're thinking less about tendency. They're thinking less about their own tendencies. They're just trying to get lined up and be able to play their assignment. Okay? So we catch them right here. Somebody's out of position. So it's an easy way for us to know which way we're going to go with the ball. Okay? We get the ball outside. All right, we're making the catch and getting upfield, and that's a +7. So we just went from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 3. Now we're ahead of schedule. We can take some shots if we want to. You know, we can play some risk right here. All right, do some things with it. That's why we like that quick game. All right, 2nd and 7, similar scenario. Okay, we're getting the inside leverage, and we know where we're going to be able to go attack this thing. All right, they're sitting off and inside over the slot, so I can go throw the out. All right, unless the corner decides to play down on the out, and then I can take the vertical up over top, but the corner's going to bail, so I can get the ball to the out. Quarterback gets to just focus on, hey, I need to make a throw, get my feet in the ground, throw with good technique, focus on the throw and less on the read and the coverage right there, okay? All right, 2nd and 7, we go for a +10. Okay, now we're running out of 3-by-1 right here. All right, 3-by-1, we get double outs going on. Okay, so we're going to get the outcut by 2 and the outcut by 3. And if they play zone, I'm going to be able to play push outside on this one, be inside of him with the other route right here, so we can play off of the flat defender in this scenario. Flat defender ends up hesitating. He tries to sit in between both of them, and that's fine. The original call on this is we're throwing the out. So the quarterback is just looking to see, hey, we've got inside leverage on number 2. So we're going to throw number 2 and throw him on time. And we're going to go for +10 on this at 2nd and 15. We just turned 2nd and 15 into 3rd and 5 off of a quick game call. And that's what we want to get. Most important, completions are the most important thing. If you go through a season and you look at, okay, every time we completed the ball, what's the average gain on a completion for all routes, for, over the top, underneath, all of it. Completions on average, all right, are going to get you close to first downs, okay? So we just want to go get completions at the end of the day. Get it out there on time. All right, let the quarterback focus on his throw. Let our guys catch it and get whatever yards out of it that they can so that we can stay ahead of schedule. Same scenario right here. We've got inside leverage over number 2. The inside leverage stays inside. We get the ball out to the edge. Now, this would be a scenario where the quarterback can go try to throw to number 1 because the corner comes off. But the reason we take that outside release is to turn that corner's eyes away from the out. So even though the corner's going to come back down, he's only going to be able to come back down after he's turned his eyes away from the play. Now, if we were getting zone eyes from the beginning and those eyes are peeking back into the queue, now we get an easier release and we got a better chance to throw the ball out here to the outside and get it to the hole shot. Okay, so they're going to tackle us, but they are still out of position because of the man turn off the technique by the corner. Because of the man turn, he's kept himself out of position to be able to take that ball away. So, I'm sure they get hype off this play right here. That corner should be excited. Hey, good tackle right there, drives us into the ground. But that's still a +6 for us. So 1st and 10 just turned into 2nd and 4. So that's us ahead of schedule. That's where we want to be. Okay, now when those corners start coming down, you can see we're gonna try to throw the out up top. When those corners start coming down, we can't throw the outside leverage throw anymore. Now we got to get it up over top of their head, and that's what we get right here. So we're getting the inside leverage over the slot up top. Okay, we've got the outcut. The only person that can take it away is going to be the corner right here. And the corner hesitates and the ball goes up top. Okay, and we go for a touchdown right there. But that begins with us knowing, hey, we're going to get inside out leverage. We want to go try to throw outs first. All right, same scenario. Hey, we're getting that inside leverage, but they're playing man, so we're going to go throw the one-on-one outside. Okay, this is the fade coming into play, even though we don't really go out there and call fades at the end of the day. Okay, fade's not really a play call that we go out there and use. But fades always come into play. We work on fades every day in practice. Okay, they're playing everybody down. It's one on one. All right, we're going to go throw the one on one fade. All right, here we are. We're getting a cover two look. Now you can see the corner up top. He's not giving us that man turn. Eyes stay inside, so we get to push up through the whole shot. Okay, safety does a good job coming and making the hit. But if he doesn't make the tackle, then we're going to have a chance to continue running past him. So we're trying to throw the inside out leverage out right here. But the corner's coming off, and we're going to get the whole shot over here and get the extra yardage off of it, too. So we're going to go plus 27 on that one. Okay. All right, option routes. Finally, sometimes we're not going to be able to dictate leverage. Leverage is going to change. Sometimes you're facing a team that doesn't always give you the same look over and over, and you know that's going to change up, and they've got multiple calls they're going to work off of it. And versus teams that are going to do a good job of giving us different types of leverage, we want to be able to go run option routes, okay, and take advantage of whatever they're giving us on any particular play. Okay, so we need to be able to call a route that can adjust. All right, right now we're working our number 3 up top. Okay, we're working him in the option route. So he's got the option at 5 to be able to work in, work out, or just sit. And right now he's uncovered over top. So just like we've been throwing hitch routes versus soft leverage, the same is happening right here. Our option route is just an extension of the hitch, the slant, and the out that we've already been talking about. The option route is simply us saying, hey, we don't know where the leverage is going to be at. I don't know if they're going to play soft. I don't know if they're going to play inside out. I don't know if they're going to play outside in. I don't know where the best place is going to be to break on this. So we're going to give the receiver the option to decide which one he wants to take, whether he wants to break it on the out, whether he wants to break it on the slant, or whether he wants to sit on the hitch. Right now, the hitch comes into play. You can see it pre-snap. Okay, we would want to call hitches versus this. We're getting soft over the top coverage right here. Okay, he's got a hitch window. Run the hitch, be open, catch the ball. And the quarterback knows it's an easy read for him. His job is simply to work the option man, take the ball to where he's going to go. Okay, same scenario. Now we're going to get option by number 2. Okay, so number 2 is surveying it the same exact way. Do I got inside leverage? Okay, do I need to break the out route? Am I getting soft leverage? Do I need to break the hitch? Okay, am I getting outside leverage? Do I need to break the slant? Right now, he's probably got 2 good options. He can either sit on the hitch and catch the ball, okay, or he could also turn this into an outcut. But he's got to determine that based on that number 30, the safety over top of. He felt like 30 was outside leverage at the end of the day, and hitch was going to be a better option for him. All right, and we're going to trust him to make that decision and get open. And we want the quarterback to just focus on being on time and putting the ball out there that he can catch. So we're cutting down on his reads and making him a better player with his focus on technique and not having to be so cerebral with everything that he does reading coverage. All right, now option again by the slot up top, letting him pick and choose. He probably could have run an outcut right here, but he's got 2 good options. He could break on the out or he could sit on the hitch. Okay, quarterback's just got to be able to adjust and know, hey, I'm either throwing the hitch, okay, or I'm throwing the out. We tell the quarterback on these options, always set for the out, because it's much easier to adjust back inside than it is to set inside and throw the ball back outside. So we're always telling that quarterback, hey, set for the out, and then if he gives you open shoulders and turns back to you, just take the hitch back in there to him. All right, so we go +6 off of 2nd 10. We just turn 2nd 10 into 3rd and 4. That's manageable. That's what we want to be in right there. And that's why we like our quick game. Okay? It's less about reading coverage. It's much more about guys focusing on technique. Okay, number 2 is running the option right here. We're letting him pick and choose whether he wants to run the hitch, the out, or the slant. He likes the slant in this scenario because he knows he's getting soft man, but he's getting that safety to be able to play at his outside hip. So he breaks it inside. We're going to complete this. We need to get a better throw. Okay. But I'd much rather spend time on that sideline talking to that quarterback about, hey, look at your feet on this picture. You know, at some point you got to bring your base back together and make a good throw. Okay, instead of us going through a big long talk about, hey, you know how they're playing this bracket coverage, how the backers are coming into play. I want him focusing on his feet and making a good throw, and that's going to make him a better player on the field. He's not having to hesitate and play slow. Okay, we'll also work this out of our stack sets. Okay, so we may work it by the guy in the front, we may work it by the guy in the back, but we're just going to allow those guys to work option routes. Now, similar scenario, now we're saying, hey, we want to run this thing just like if you were in the slot pushing up, we want to push to the same area from out here. So we want to push into where the top of that route is to either continue on the slant, sit it, or come back out on the outcut. All right, so he's going to push in. We're going to let him get open. Quarterback takes in the ball and he gets upfield. All right, you can see us up top right here. Now, when they start doing a good job of really playing underneath on your option routes, we're going to typically carry those option routes with some type of dig or in cut in behind it, so that if they do a good job of playing the underneath, we can either be throwing the dig, which is a speed cut on time versus man coverage, or versus some version of cover 3. Okay, and that's what we want right there. So they do a good job covering the underneath. We're going to take it to the dig. All right, same scenario right here. Okay, we're going to have the guys in the back running the option routes. So they're going to push in, or excuse me, they're not pushing on this one. We had leverage changes from week to week. This week, we knew the way these guys were going to play it. We wanted to push this option route up, and then from here, we either wanted to break in or sit wide on this one. So we'll run option routes in different ways, but the quarterback is always reading that option first. So we're looking up top and saying, hey, either he's going to break in and I'll take it to him, or he'll sit and I'll try to take it to him here. But if they do a good job getting to him, then I should get the in cut in behind it. Okay? And he sees the safety come down. Safety comes down. He knows he's going to get the dig in behind it. And so there we go. We go throw the dig. And again, those digs are they're speed cuts, they're steps. At the end of the day, we're trying to just be fast and on time with it, and get everything timed up with the quarterback so that we can get the ball out, make easy catches, and go run with it. Okay. All right, same situation here. This week, now we started to change it where we were pushing that slot route or the option route back inside, okay, and then working off of there. All right, we're getting the dig cut again. They do a good job of playing down on the options, and there we go on the dig. Now, it almost looks more like we're running some form of a post. That just simply has to come down to the fact that, we're running this thing on time. We want to stick that foot in the ground. We want to be speed cutting, and we want to roll inside, and then that thing may sometimes end up looking like a post at the end of the day, because for us it's more about being on an in cut and throwing the ball on time and catching it on the run more than we're worried about an exact angle on that dig. All right, they play us on the underneath, we'll take it to the dig. Okay, so that's our passing game, our quick passing game. Again, our focus is we want to go beat leverage. We want to throw the ball on time, and we want to catch it on time and try to go run with it. And if we can be about that, then I can have a quarterback who maybe he's not a great player. Well, my job is to get that quarterback to play and produce at a high level, whether his skill set is great or average, whatever it may be. Now, I was fortunate for these last 3 years to have a quarterback come up through the system, and he was a talented kid. But being able to make it simple and let that quarterback get his feet in the ground, throw the ball on time, take easy things where he already knows where that ball needs to go to, and he can just focus more on his technique and his throw. That takes a lot off of his plate, and now his production can begin to increase because now he can focus on ball location, and now you're going to get your receivers playing more in a way where they know where the ball is going to be, they know what to expect. Those guys are going to play faster, they're going to play more confident, okay, and they're going to feel a whole lot better about practicing those things because they know that those throws are going to be consistent. It's going to be where they want it to be, and they know that they can add to the value of the offense. Okay, they know that their value in the offense is not just simply I make a big play when the ball gets thrown downfield. And it makes those guys who may not be super fast guys, it makes them know that they're a part of the offense because they really do have a role. And so anyway, that's what we try to get done in the quick passing game. We want to beat leverage. We want simple, easy throws. Okay, we want our guys to focus on technique more than we're worried about coverage at the end of the day. And so that's what we're going to go out there and do. And it's been really successful for us, and it's made a huge difference. And it's really allowed us to play ahead of schedule in a lot of situations. And so we'll continue to do it that way.